3, 2, 1. Welcome to The Peaceful Truth, episode 4. Today we're talking all about... No. Okay.
Nope, that wasn't right.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to The Peaceful Truth, the podcast where we talk about feminism, women empowerment, women's issues, and more. It's joined by your two favorite co-hosts in the whole world, Kenzie, Meek-Beck, and
Meghan Hohertz.
And today's episode is about negative words and stereotypes about women.
That's right.
Okay, let's get started.
Let's go.
All right. So how are you doing this week, Megs? How's life going?
Let me just tell you that I am spreading myself way too thin this week, but tonight I'm going to go to bed at 7 o'clock, so things are looking up.
Sounds great, actually.
How's your week?
It's been pretty good. I don't think as busy as yours. Just been exploring the area and having fun exploring Snoqualmie a little bit more. Went to a few breweries, and that was fun.
Nice.
I like learning more about beers, so that's been good. Yeah, not too much. Just hanging out and having a good time.
Perfect.
Okay, so today, why are we talking about negative words and stereotypes? Should we define like what we mean by that?
I think we should.
Okay, so what do you think, like, negative words, like, where are we coming from with that?
The negative words, I mean, we can automatically think of the ones that come straight to mind. Bitch, whore, slut. Those are the ones that are just straight up, we know that they're out there. But after doing some research, it's actually kind of funny how many words are out there and how many words we only use to describe women. And those words, which we'll talk about more later, you may not even think that you do it, but then you actually do use these words to only describe women.
Yeah, I know. And I found myself being guilty of a lot of this
Me
stuff today.
too.
And I feel so super duper bummed.
So I found myself being guilty. And I also found myself being like, oh my gosh, we use this word every single day. And why do we only use it towards women? And it just got me really thinking about the power of our words.
Right. There is a lot behind your words. And then stereotypes, kind of similar, just like things that people have that they think that like only women are capable of, or
Right.
the opposite aren't capable of.
Right.
So we're going to bust down the stereotype door.
Yes.
Bust through it. Okay.
And hopefully, I think that the goal maybe of this podcast is to just put the awareness out there. And then maybe whenever you become aware that, hey, these words are only used for women, maybe then you could change the way that you speak or the way that I speak, or I don't know. At the same time, I think that it's hard because you want to think in your head what you're going to say before it comes out, but sometimes stuff just comes out, right?
Yeah. I think just be more conscious of it. Like, I feel like a while ago, people used the word, and I'm using it out of, like, I'm not using it derogatory.
Yeah.
I'm just explaining things. Like, I feel like maybe 5 years ago, and even some today, the word that's gay is used a lot. And I feel like it's pretty much almost gone.
I feel like in the people
Not
that
almost gone, but it's been better over these past few years. I feel like I've heard it a lot less.
Me too. I have heard it a lot less as well. And also another word that we used to use a lot that I don't think we use anymore is retarded. And so
Thank God.
Thank God.
Rough.
So just like putting the energy out there to say, hey, maybe these words shouldn't be used, maybe really does make a difference.
Right. Because it does make people feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what do you want to do first? Because the first thing I thought of was negative words. But what was the first topic that you were researching?
I was researching negative words, and then I also found a little bit of background about why we stereotype and why we do this in the first place. So what do you think we should do? Do you want me to tell you why we stereotype?
Yeah, we could dive into stereotypes first and then do words.
Perfect.
I have personal stories about where I stereotyped myself and other people, And I kind of included that. So I don't know if you can think of any on the fly or if you thought of some.
I'll think of some, I'm sure.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so why we stereotype. And really, stereotypes and negative words are so closely linked.
It's kind of similar. Yeah.
It's
on
the same playing field.
So guys, we have a plan of this podcast and a game plan of several topics that we want to discuss, and we had them separately, but they're actually very similar.
They are very similar.
Okay.
So why we stereotype. We learn stereotypes from our parents, peers, and the media, which makes complete sense. I mean, where do we learn anything in this entire world?
Advertisement, media,
parents, friends. So this is from Michigan State University. So unlike our sources from last week's episode, this one is a pretty legit source, Michigan State University.
Wow.
Yeah, thanks guys. My journalism's really stepping it up.
You're learning. And then like today I'm like kind of not being the good one. It's fine.
So people like to, want to, and need to categorize the world into neat little groups. And the 3 reasons why we do this. The first one is that it's efficient. So once we have categorized a group of people together, we no longer need to consider information about each member of the group, and we can just apply all of the information that we know to the entire group in a whole. So it saves time. I mean, it saves time. That's the first reason that we stereotype. The second reason is that it satisfies the need to understand and predict the world. So you no longer need to wonder what each individual is like or what they are likely to do when you just apply the stereotype to the group that they belong in. And the last reason is it's a way to feel better about yourself. So we think our groups are better than other groups. And so we have to place people into these groups in order to say, oh, my group is better. And I think that whenever Michigan State was doing this, it was a little slide deck. Whenever I think that they were doing this, it's kind of like, this is all happening in the subconscious part of our mind. Like, I don't feel like I consciously am like, oh, my group is so much better than your group. But it's just like something that's just subconsciously happening like in the back of our minds.
I think I agree with that. And, you know, it's hard. And I feel like I'm becoming so much more educated as I get older because, like, I don't know, like stereotyping and putting people into groups, like with people becoming more open about sexuality over the past few years. And even though sexuality isn't directly linked to feminism, well, kind of, but like your sexual preferences, now there's like, some people don't even like to be defined in a certain group. And, you know, like at first I'm like, oh, okay. At first I was like, oh, that's like difficult for me. Like how can I like, what do I refer? Like, how do I like deal with this mentally? And it's just like a mental thing. Like you feel the need to categorize someone as a woman or a man, you know?
Right.
But like, I think it's so much better to be raised just with the concept. And I hope that's how it is for future generations now, that it's just like people are people. And that's kind of what feminism is, you know, people are people. Mm-hmm. So I find that really interesting.
I think so too. And I was listening to a podcast recently, I think it was This American Life, where it was a woman who no longer wanted to be identified as a woman, but she also didn't want to be identified as a man either. And so her pronoun was them or they. And I think that if we were to think about the words that are coming out of our mouths, it would be easy to say, oh, they want to do this. But then just quickly, when you look at somebody, you're like, oh, she wants to do this. So it's that act of like thinking before the words come out, I guess.
And I have like mad respect for you because like you and Des, like you guys are both straight and you guys like refer to each other as partners. So like, I think that's great. Like you being like gender neutral, being like, that's my partner, you know, like it feels like you're looking more at someone's soul and whether you match or not versus like categorizing them, which
as your boyfriend or girlfriend,
which I kind of like. Yeah. Okay. All right. So so I thought of stereotypes.
You go first.
So you defined stereotypes.
I defined it.
And do you also have a list of stereotypes?
I have a list of some stereotypes that BuzzFeed produced, and
we have some similar ones, I feel like.
Okay.
I feel like that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I thought that I could just go over the list real quick and then we could say if it applies to us or not.
Oh, that's good. So we'll do that with your list. We'll re-go over it even if we have repeats. Okay. Mine, what I wanted to do was talk about the stereotypes and how they're purported. Is that the... God, why do I have a word every single time in this podcast that I can't frickin' pronounce it? Is it purported?
Purported. That's not a commonly used word. It's totally okay that we can't say that.
Like, I know it. I am educated on the definition and I think it in my head and then I write it down and then I look at it. I'm like, I can't say that.
What if you just say reported in the media? Reported.
But purported is defined. It means negative, spreading.
Oh. Okay, I would go with purported with a P.
Purported with a P. Okay. Number 1. Applies to us, Meg.
Oh.
Blonde women.
We're blonde.
Blondies.
But guess what? Mine comes straight out of a bottle.
Same. Or, well, no. I go to the salon.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Oh, okay.
Mine comes straight out of a mixing
My friend,
tube.
her hair looks rockin' and she buys the hair stuff.
Oh, that's really cool. She saves so much money.
I was like, she shaves. No, but I was just yeah, I can't do that. I can't do it to myself. Plus, her hair looks healthy. Mine looks ratchet. I feel like if I did that on my own, I have to have
somebody do it for you.
Yeah. Well, shouts out to Larissa, one of my friends who did my hair yesterday. So yeah, blonde women. But I feel like one movie that tried to poke fun at that stereotype was Legally Blonde and kind of prove it wrong. You know. Yeah. The point of that movie was to show that
not blonde people aren't stupid.
Yeah, and she's not. She's resourceful, good at marketing,
funny, witty.
Yeah, she's great.
I've got to say that whenever I went through a really bad time in my life, I dyed my hair super dark. Did you know me when I did that?
I knew you.
You knew me, but you didn't live in Washington yet.
And you were off social media.
I was straight up.
And Chelsea told me one day, she's like, oh yeah, Meghan has dark hair. I was like,
you're like, what the F? So yeah, I dyed my hair super dark. I was like, I'm going to show what my soul feels like. I don't know what I was thinking. But
that was for real your thought process?
I don't know. My thought process was I went through a drastic change in my life. And so I wanted my outward appearance to represent the change. So I wanted my outside to represent how much my inside was changing, if that makes sense.
Oh.
But I hated it.
You look a good blonde.
I hated it. I didn't look like myself. I hated every second of it. So I love being a blonde. But if you look at Mandy Moore is beautiful both ways. But with dark hair, she is fine.
I know. I went through a stage in high school / early college where I would like to just switch back and forth. Mm-hmm. I just when I got bored of my appearance. And for some reason, I haven't been bored lately. But I went from blonde to brunette to blonde to brunette. And I have no desire to go back. Maybe
during that time you were trying to find yourself. And so you're inside you're like, what am I? Who am I? What am I supposed to do with my life? And so then
you're totally a blonde.
Your outward appearance was trying to match your inside thoughts.
I feel bright like my head.
Exactly.
Maybe we're continuing this stereotype right now.
Maybe we are.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, well.
So the other two that come to mind for stereotypes, besides Legally Blonde, are things like White Chicks and Baywatch, where the characters just act really dumb on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and they just happen to be blonde.
But Meghan and I are real smart. Okay, we both have really good jobs, and we graduated college, and
we're geniuses.
No, not that if you don't go to college, not everyone wants to go to college, and they're super smart. But yeah, okay, women are nurses, not doctors.
That is a true stereotype. And if you think about it, whenever you dress up for Halloween, the girls dress up as nurses.
I know.
next Halloween, we should dress up as doctors.
Just straight scrubs, like not sexual, just like scrubs.
Yeah.
And like a stethoscope.
And be like, we're smart ladies.
Yes. We are gynecologists. No, just kidding. Okay. Clean jobs.
Clean jobs.
Not like, you're not like working for the sanitation department.
Oh, you're not. I have a great example of this. On the street that I live on, they're tearing up the entire street and redoing the water lines, I think. And at least that's what Des told me they were doing. And you have to take that huge tractor with that big claw at the top and get all the asphalt out. And guess who was driving it the other day?
A lady.
A straight up woman was driving that thing. It was cool.
You're rocking it. No, and to kind of break that one too, yeah, like so construction, just jobs where you're out and about, I guess, and like getting dirty, you know what I mean? Which not all of them are literally getting dirty, but you know what I mean? Just not like behind a desk. But I have two examples. One was back in Wichita Falls, there was a woman who was like in charge of the whole crew of men in like the water department. And they were like going underneath in the sewers and stuff. And she was just in charge of all of them because she used to, for 20 years before that, she was like one of the crew members. Now she's in charge of the crew.
That's awesome.
So that's awesome. And I always interviewed her. But another one is Parks and Rec. They did a whole episode about how women should be able to like be on the sanitation department because they want to hire any women on it. So Leslie Knope in April go out and try to attempt it all day. And April's just all day. She's like, this is the best job in the world.
I totally know what episode you're talking about. That's funny.
Okay. Cooking and cleaning. That women are the ones that cook and clean.
In my household, it is straight up the opposite. I hate cooking. I hate cleaning. Desmond does it all.
Whoa, what a champ. Are you just sitting back? Babe, get me a beer.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what I do. I'm just kidding. I help out.
I walk the dog sometimes.
I walk the dog every day.
Okay.
But Desmond definitely cooks and cleans.
Shouts out to Des. Is he a good cook?
He's such a good cook. He likes it.
Is there any... Des is Canadian. Is there any Canadian cuisine?
Poutine.
Oh, what's poutine?
I think it's French fries with cheese on top.
Oh, yeah. I've had poutine recently.
With gravy.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a Canadian thing, but it's definitely not a Southern thing. Like, I didn't have it till I was up here.
Why is it not, though?
I don't know.
You feel like that's right up our alley.
It totally is. It's cheese and gravy on French fries. Texas.
Why? Where are you? Whataburger? You have all those things. So, okay. Shouts out to Des. I don't mind cooking and cleaning, but I think I would be a little ticked if I was the only one doing it. I'd be like, come on. Help.
No, you're right. I help out.
I'm not talking about you.
Okay.
I'm just saying it personally. Like if I had a partner, I would want them to help out. Maybe Des likes cooking and cleaning.
We're gonna get Des on this podcast.
Now he's so embarrassed right now. Okay, sorry, Des. Stays at home, although respect to women that love that and that's their passion and career, staying at home. But the stereotype is that women should only stay at home, and some women don't want to. Some women do. Whatever you choose. You know?
I think that's a decision that's made family to family, and I know that we're gonna do a full podcast on stay-at-home moms, so let's not get into it too much.
To the ladies and all the mamas out there, no matter whether you choose to stay at home or you're done. Yep,
family decision.
Damsel in distress.
Oh, we must be rescued.
Help me. So many movies. King Kong. But finally, Wonder Woman.
Oh, yeah.
Broke that. Have you seen it?
It was good. I really liked it.
It's one of my faves now. It's hilarious. They make a lot of jokes about sexism and stuff because it's a woman's only island that he crashes onto. So it's hilarious. Okay. Girly drinks. So fun cocktails that are colorful are for women, and
beers for the men.
But I like beer. Not good at math.
Ooh,
CPA over here.
I am a CPA, but I cannot do math in my head. I must have a calculator. Sometimes I'll like catch myself doing like 2 times 2 equals 4. Like I'll catch myself like doing the most ridiculous math.
Yeah. But I feel like you have to understand how math works.
Oh yeah, I do.
And this is a dangerous stereotype. These other ones, they stink, they suck. But this is actually dangerous because it doesn't encourage young women to seek out those careers, like being a CPA, which go girl.
Thank you.
So yeah, and this one's the reverse. So men don't sew, do crafts, or stay at home.
That is a very big stereotype.
Craft on.
Desmond does not craft.
Oh, Desmond's like pissed at us right now.
But I think his mom taught him how to sew. I could be wrong, but I think he knows how to sew. So Desmond isn't too crafty. And I love how Desmond is my example for every single one of these. He's like the only man that I know. Not really, but
it's fine. Aaron's your friend up there.
Desmond, I think his mom taught him how to sew. I don't know how to sew.
I do.
You do?
But we were all taught in 3rd grade, the whole class.
Oh, cool. I know how to crochet. I love crocheting.
Oh, I have no idea how to do that. That or knitting. Those 2 things freak me out. But no, we were taught how to sew, and we would pick out our cloth from the store. The assignment was to go buy some cloth, and then we would bring it back in, and we would make dinosaurs.
Oh, cool. That's a great one.
So we learned about the dinosaurs and learned how to sew, and then we went on a parade around the whole school with our dinosaur once we finished.
Perfect. That is a really good idea.
Yep.
Principals out there, make sure everybody knows how to sew.
I think it was Mrs. Dodson.
Go Mrs. Dodson.
Shout outs. Pulled that one out of my memory box. Okay. So women's sports are boring.
Well, I'm not big of a sports person, so I think all sports are boring. Not really.
No, I'm not a huge, like largely into sports, but, like really not. I make jokes about it all the time, but I like get the camaraderie behind it and why it's important.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And it can be really entertaining for lots of people.
Yeah. I wish I was. I feel like I would there's a lot more stuff to look at then.
Right.
I wish I was. Okay. Submissive.
The 1950s housewife.
Yeah, like all the stereotypes of being submissive. Actually, I was watching The Shining last night, which is terrifying. And I watched it a long time ago, I felt like, and I rewatched it last night, and like the whole thing seemed foreign to me, so maybe I never watched it. But Jack Nicholson on there was like screaming at his wife the whole freaking movie, and she was just like
okay, I'll do whatever you want.
Okay. I thought that was weird.
Yeah.
So older movies and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I'm not submissive in the slightest.
I don't think I am either.
Yeah. Or it could be equal. Like you're equally balanced.
Yeah.
I don't know. Organized. Women are all organized.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a hot mess.
I am so unorganized. I can't even tell you. Desmond just recently got mad at me. Desmond is the most organized person in the entire world. And I lost my credit card for 3 weeks.
Why didn't you cancel it?
Because nobody was using it. So I was like, it's got to be somewhere. And so,
I cancel mine immediately when I lose them. That's how disorganized.
So then I was wearing this leather jacket that I hadn't worn in a long time. And I put my hand in the pocket. I'm like, sweet, my credit card. And Desmond was looked at me. He was like, are you kidding me? You've had that credit card lost for a month. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And then, he is a really good at doing 401ks and Roth IRAs and all kinds of stuff. And he's always like, Megan, let's open up a Roth IRA for you. And I'm like, no, I don't even know what that is. And I don't, just leave me alone. I'll save my money the way I want to save it. But he just has everything so organized. And I'm just fly by the seat of my pants.
Even though you're a CPA.
Even though I'm a CPA, I just fly by the seat of my pants. I remember what a Roth IRA is from class, but that's literally all I know about it.
We need a class in high school that teaches us real life stuff like taxes, 401ks and stuff. Do you remember that? Because I'm embarrassed to admit, but I don't fully like understand 401k.
It's okay, girl. Just put.
But I know
money
it's
in there.
like for retirement, and you're supposed to put money in there.
Yeah, put some money in there.
I do. So I have one.
And put a certain amount so that your work will match it.
I do.
Okay, good. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
One day it'll help. Question mark. God, yeah, I'm the worst.
So I am so unorganized.
And right now, my life looks mildly organized, but no, like this is like a good times.
The other day, we got to bring our significant others for a work event, and I was like, Des, this is my desk. And he looks around and he goes, looks just like your side of the closet.
Burned by Des. Better at raising children.
I don't know if I'm going to be good at raising children.
I think it'll be great. But if you want to have kids, that's every person's choice. But I personally do want children. But I feel like there's a bunch of strong dads that I've met that are like
both
like
of our
it's a
dads.
partnership. You know, like our mom's not saying it. Like we're not talking about them. They're good. But like, you know, like the balance of like, you know, dads
both
are
raising
good too.
Children,
you know,
yeah.
So, and I'm sure there has been bad mothers out there too. That all women are short, slender, and delicate.
Oh God.
I like feel like I might look delicate because I'm petite, but like my personality, I'm not delicate.
No, you're not delicate at all. You're a strong lady.
Yeah. So I don't know. And a lot of people aren't short. A lot of people are tall. A lot of people are curvy. And that's dang it. Curvy's an adjective that was on the list for me. But is that a negative one? I don't know.
I think it was on my list because we use curvy for women. We never describe a man as curvy.
Oh, okay. So it's not a negative necessarily?
I don't know. I guess it depends.
Okay. So sorry. I didn't mean to. But anyway, there's different body types out there. Women aren't funny. Hello, Amy Poehler and Tina Fey.
Right.
Hello.
Jenna
Marbles,
we love you.
There's a million other women out there.
Yes.
That are super funny.
Yes.
Cats are female and dogs are male.
What? No.
Have you never heard that?
No, I've never heard that actually.
I've actually heard it a lot. Like people will be like, "Oh, she's so cute," and I'm like, my cat who's drinking out of the toilet over there. I'm like, that's definitely a dude right there. That's definitely a dude.
Kenzie's cat is totally drinking out of the toilet right now.
Funny story about my toilet today. What a segue. Funny story about toilets. I found a wolf spider in there after I was on the toilet already.
That's scary.
And then I flushed it and I came back and I just like looked into it again for some reason. I wasn't going to pee again, but I like looked into it. There was another spider in there.
That is scary. You need to get your
It wasn't the same one. They look different. What? No, like where are they coming from?
I don't know.
They can't be like coming up out of the water. Like I haven't seen a mass exodus of spiders from like the door in here. So I'm like,
I don't know where they're coming from.
It's freaking me out. Okay. Anyway, so cats are female and dogs are male. Yeah. So do we want to now go into, now your stereotypes, and we're going to go whether we think.
Yeah. So I found this BuzzFeed article that was the top 24 stereotypes that women are tired of hearing. And so I just picked my favorite ones.
And whether we identify with them or fall into the stereotype?
See if we fall into the stereotype or not, or maybe if somebody that we know, like, just see if we have a personal story about it at all. And if we don't, then that's fine.
Okay.
So the first one, we've already done this one. All women are crafty and have adorable handwriting. I have really good handwriting. I'm not going to lie.
You do?
I'm really proud of my handwriting.
Go girl. No, mine. Have you seen mine?
I don't think I've seen yours.
Everyone will look at it and be like, are you okay? Are you having a stroke? No, mine is super bad. And it's a hot freaking mess. But I like blame it. I have a natural hand tremor. So I'm like, can I blame it on that?
Yeah, you can. You can.
But no, I have really bad handwriting. And like my parents, ironically, I love coloring as an adult, but as a child, I was like, why do I have to color in the lines? Like, who is going to be impacted by this if I don't color in the lines? No one's going to die if I color outside the lines.
You were already trying to break stereotypes when you were like 3.
And I think they thought like something was like a cognitive level. I remember thinking like, why the hell do I have to color in the lines, Mom and Dad? Like, what is it going to impact? And I remember my dad like sat me down and gave me a really complex princess one, and like it was like Sleeping Beauty, but her dress was really complicated, and he's like, color it all in the line. What a punishment.
Did you?
I had to. He like was testing, I think, my cognitive ability to color in the line, and I was like, Dad, this is literal torture. I understand what you're trying to get me to do. I just don't want to.
That is a really funny story, and I'm sure Chelsea drew in the lines perfectly.
She won like 4 coloring contests.
Of course she would.
I don't know if it's everywhere. Are there Albertsons in Washington?
I don't think there are Albertsons in Washington. It's like a grocery store.
It's a grocery store in the South, ? I don't know what regions it's in. But anyway, it's in Texas. So there's Albertsons, and they would have contests with like Disney coloring contests. And you would win the VHS movie if you got the best one of the version of the movie.
Yeah.
And Chelsea always won the movie.
Of course she did.
Yeah.
And then Kenzie's over here like, Marr.
And they're like, here's the ugliest one.
What do you know? They're sisters.
What's wrong with that one? Okay.
The next one is that every woman loves shopping in order to de-stress. I love shopping, but I don't think I use it to de-stress.
I never use it to distress. I sometimes like shopping, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't want to change out of my clothes over and over again.
That's true. I really, really love shopping to the point where maybe I have a little bit of a problem.
No, not me.
Not you?
No. I have a lot of clothes, but it's not because I'm like addicted to shopping. It's one, my stepmom's like a fashionista.
Oh, yeah.
And she just spoils me, which I love. But then it's just like, but also like I just keep stuff from high school because I've like been the same, like I'm not trying to like say anything. I've just have been petite since like 9th grade. And so
they fit.
They fit.
This one is you never travel or go on vacation by yourself. And for me, personally, I wouldn't want a vacation by myself. I think that I would have a more fun.
Women don't?
Yeah, women don't travel or vacation by themselves. But I wouldn't want a vacation by myself, but I've had to travel for work by myself, and I like traveling for work by myself.
Yeah, I moved several times by myself, and like I didn't know a soul in Colorado, and I would just like go to bars by myself.
Perfect.
And to the movies by myself, and then I made friends.
Everyone enjoys eating a healthy salad for lunch.
Every woman?
I like salad.
I like salad, but I know dudes
don't.
that like salad.
Yeah.
And I also know women that are like, get that vegetable away.
Yeah. The next one is, if you have a short haircut, you are automatically attracted to other women. That's the stereotype.
I have a bob.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My mom has super short hair, and she's been married to my dad for I don't know how long.
That's a silly stereotype.
It really is so silly. The next one is women don't enjoy and aren't very good at playing video games. I don't like video games.
I like some. I liked them a lot when I was younger. I've just grown out of it. But I do like N64, like all the old school games. That was really, I do. I'm so Texan. I do like N64 and stuff. I still own my N64. I've given away all my other gaming consoles. That makes me sound so. But I have N64 still because I just feel like it's cool. I've had it for freaking 20 years.
Oh,
it's
my
been out since
gosh.
1997.
That's cool that you still have it. You should keep it.
It still works, so I love it.
Okay, the next one is that the only reason women dress nicely and wear makeup is to impress their love interests.
Heck, we're doing a feminism podcast and we dress up to the nines.
I just like dressing.
Not really. Not to the
not to the nines. But we wear makeup. But I think I wear makeup because I feel empowered when I wear makeup.
Yeah, I feel like it's almost like an expression for me. of how I like to display myself. But no, I don't think I'm going to look good for the opposite sex today.
No, I don't. That thought never crosses my mind.
I might dress up for a date, but it's not like a normal like setting, or like if I'm like super in a relationship with someone, I'm not going to be like, I'm going to take all these hours to get ready for that person. Like if I get ready, it's for me, you know?
Yeah. And then in the winter, sometimes I won't shave my legs for literally months on end. And Desmond will like look at my legs. I'll be like, sorry.
I shave my legs whether I've seen a dude in a long time or not.
You always shave your legs?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm always shaving. I like, it's like a personal thing. No one's going to see anything. And even my underarm pits in the winter all the time, every single day. No one's going to see it. But like for me, I feel ugly if I'm not shaved.
Interesting. I just let it grow.
If I'm not shaved.
I just let it grow.
It's like a forest under there.
The next one is that women are obsessed with romantic comedies, including The Notebook.
I'm guilty.
I don't like romantic comedies.
I friggin' love romance. I'm such a softie. I like love it. I like bawl hysterically. I love country music that's super sappy. I'm like a sap.
Well, that's okay. But if you were a man, maybe you would love it too.
I actually do know men that love all those movies.
Perfect.
So
the next one is women always need to ask men for help around the house because they aren't handy with tools. I'm so guilty of that one. I mean, I've just listed all the things that I suck at around the house. So
I've lived with myself a few times, so I've gotten to know how to use some tools.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like I installed shelves into the wall.
Oh, wow. That's really difficult.
Twice. Yeah.
I'm really proud of you.
Thanks. Like it's complicated. And I've done drapes and stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
I feel proud.
One time I put together an IKEA nightstand. I was pretty proud of myself. And then the next day, Desmond and we both bought the same laundry hamper from IKEA, and it was really hard to put together. And I was like, don't touch mine. I'm going to put it together. You put yours together. I put mine together. Do not help me. Because I really wanted to do it. And so afterwards we were done. And then mine was like, my laundry bag was like dragging the floor, and Desmond's was like perfectly put together. And I was like, I think I did it wrong. So yeah, that was a failure.
That's hilarious. No, I've learned how to use the measuring balancing tools.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you for that. We've already talked about this one. All women are amazing cooks and know a million delicious recipes. No way.
Nope.
The only athletic activity women participate in is Zumba.
That's a thing.
Zumba? Yeah.
Oh.
It's fun.
No, I know Zumba is a thing. But like I would think there's a lot of stereotypes like cycling.
Yeah.
I freaking
love
cycling.
Yoga.
I freaking love cycling classes and I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
A woman's main priority in life is to get married. Kenzie did like a ginormous eye roll. I was married and now I'm not, and I'm in a committed relationship, and I want to get married to him, but I 0% care about the wedding. I want to get married in a courthouse. And I want to get married to him because I love him and not because I want to be in a pretty dress.
Yeah, I think weddings are a little bit extreme nowadays. Like $30,000 is like the average price I read.
I know.
I'm just like, why? It's one night. Like, I mean, I think maybe an intimate party is fine.
Yeah. And I also,
sorry. Like, no, I know a lot of friends that are like having them. Whoops. But like, just personally, I'm not like judging the other people. I just like I personally don't want to drop. But I love going to big weddings.
Yeah, they're really fun to attend.
Yeah, but I'm not dropping $30,000. So no, I think it's a choice, and like some people feel like that needs to be a huge celebration, which I 100%. That's cultural. I respect that, but personally,
yeah, you guys will probably come to the courthouse.
Yeah, I used to. I don't know if I want straight up courthouse. But I don't dream of like a wedding anymore. I think I did a few years ago, but now I'm just like, I've gotten older. I feel like the older you get,
the less it matters.
The less like a huge celebration.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
But that's a personal decision to make.
Definitely.
For
We're not judging. We're just talking about personal, like what we want to do.
Women aren't interested in studying pre-med or computer programming.
No.
I don't like computer programming, but I'm sure Aaron works with a lot of women.
He does. He's been telling me about a lot of women he wants me to bring on the podcast.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, no. So there's a bunch of powerful ladies, and I've met a lot of powerful engineer ladies through them. So
awesome.
There are a lot of ladies out there.
Women don't like to use curse words. I like to cuss.
I curse all the time. We choose not to on this podcast because if young women are watching, and I just think it's the dog Annie is down here. I just don't think like people should try to preserve your innocence as long as possible,
right?
Because then it's robbed. But no, I really curse a lot.
Women don't give strong and firm handshakes.
I make it a point to do that, so people won't do that stereotype to me. Nice. What about you?
I think I do as well. Yeah. I'm not going to have like a limp fish hand.
Do you notice though when men don't do it back to you?
I don't consciously notice it, do you?
Oh, really? Yeah. Oftentimes men won't shake your hand as hard.
Oh.
Because they're like,
oh, she's a delicate hand.
But then I like have men that have overcompensated for that and they like squeeze the crap out of my hand and I'm like, Jesus, like calm down.
We talked about this one, but fruity drinks are the only alcoholic beverages women like. And what a thought came to my head was Aaron and Chelsea. How when we go out to dinner with Aaron and Chelsea, Chelsea will order the beer and Aaron will order the cocktail.
I had something happen. That was one of my personal stories. But yeah, they had a whole debate about that actually at dinner about like that stereotype. The other day I went up to a bar and I was talking with someone and I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, men typically order whiskey. And I was like, in my head, I said it. And I was like, why the heck did I just say that? And then I also said, like, I called my drink girly because it was like a cocktail. I just like cocktails, but I know plenty of men who would love them too. But like Aaron. And I also love beer too. Mm-hmm. I just don't like whiskey. But like I hard stereotyped myself the other day. Hard. Right. Like I did a bad. And all women. I was like, yeah, women don't like whiskey. I feel like you're a really cool lady if you like whiskey because it's like different. But I'm like, oh, after I said all that, I was like
whiskey.
Good. But after I said all that, I was like,
rolling your eyes at yourself.
I was pissed at myself. And then I even like, I have a thing when I like make myself upset when I say something, I have to like overcompensate and be like, I didn't mean that. And like, look at the person and like talk way too much about it. And then they're like, okay, I get it.
Okay, I get it. You made a mistake. The next one is all women are angry because they have their periods.
No.
I mean, it sucks, but I'm not like, oh my God, I'm so mad.
I think it like when it's like painful, then you like are in pain.
Right.
You know.
Anger isn't the word I would use to describe it.
Right.
Unfortunate that blood is coming out of your vagina.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate.
And then also, periods should be openly talked about. It. Literally half the population has one. It shouldn't be disgusting. It's like it's a natural thing. And also just talking about sex shouldn't be disgusting. And like it should be educational. But anyway, like good for you for saying blood comes out of the vagina.
And another thing is like how worried, I mean, I do it and I know a lot of women do, how worried we get that we're going to bleed through our tampons.
Oh, yeah, you got to check that crap.
You got to check it all the time.
Have you ever actually had it happen?
Yes.
Me too. I had it happen in high school.
Oh, gosh. It's so embarrassing. But like you said, half the women have it. I mean, half the population has it. All the women have it.
I tied a jacket around my waist for the rest of the day.
And
it looked dorky.
We're embarrassed by it. But like you said, we shouldn't be embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
You know? It's like we're subconsciously embarrassed of it. But the more we talk about it and the more we're like, hey guys, guess what? In order to further our population, we have to have blood come out of our vaginas. And guess what? Sometimes our tampons are too thin for it.
Boom.
Like, you know,
laying down some knowledge. Okay.
I found from the Telegraph in the United Kingdom. Oh,
that's my source too.
We have 25 words that we only use to describe women. And so, like I was saying earlier, some of these words like bitch, we know that, hey, we do only use those to describe a woman. We would most likely not call a man a bitch. But some of them...
But some men do. But like in the derogatory, like calling them a woman.
Right. It's like a double. It's like a double whammy.
Yeah. They think by calling someone a woman, that's like a negative thing. Or a pussy.
Oh, yeah.
Pussy and a little bitch.
That is like the worst.
But that's degrading to women. Men out there saying pussy and to another man and a little bitch is degrading all the women. Your mother, your sister, like, hello here.
Right.
Your girlfriend.
You're right. So I'm going to say some that...
I'm going to get feisty. And that's another adjective on there.
Feisty.
No.
Feisty we only use to describe women. We never say a man is feisty.
I like the adjective feisty.
And men are feisty.
Yeah.
Women are feisty. It should be an adjective that can describe anybody who gets, what would the right word be? Excited.
I'm feisty and like a little ornery.
Like fire under you.
Yeah.
And all men and women can use the word feisty. Another one is emotional. All people have emotions. Not just women have emotions.
And for men, that's a stereotype for them.
Yeah, for both.
I feel like we should do a whole stereotype, a whole podcast about reverse sexism. But poor dudes, like they're shamed if they have emotion.
Right.
I think that's rough.
It has to be rough. I'm emotional and I want to share my emotions. And
I've seen men be emotional, but only in front of me.
And then they won't do it in front of anybody else. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had that happen to me too. Share your emotions. Jeez.
Share them. Okay.
Another word is shrill. Hillary Clinton has been said as having a shrill voice. And you would not say a man has a shrill voice.
Mm-mm. I don't think I've ever heard a man be described as shrill.
But women you hear.
Yeah.
Another word is working mom. There's no such thing as a working dad. How many dads out there are working? A lot in order to provide for families. Yeah, we just call them dad. We don't call them working dad.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, definitely. That's negative for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Another word is frumpy.
That's so mean. I hate that adjective.
Yeah, and I guess just don't use it in general. Like a woman doesn't want to be described as frumpy, and then the fact that we only use it for women, we've never said, oh, that guy over there is looking really frumpy.
What makes you frumpy? You know, like, why can't you just look the way you want to look?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. We have some ditzy, bubbly, frigid, all of these words.
Hysterical, I see on there. I didn't see that one.
Hysterical.
Yeah, that is true. But there was like a whole stigma if men or if women showed like too much emotion and husbands got annoyed of it back then, like back in the day, they would like be sent to psychiatric wards.
Oh, really?
Do you not like hear about that?
No.
Like, yeah, back in the day, like you would be considered crazy.
If you were showing too much emotion?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. So those are some of the words that really stuck out to me.
Those are all good words. One I really, really, really want to go into. There's a few. So I probably won't go into them. I'm going to just list some that I just want to say. Nag. I hate that. Like, you never call a man nag.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's like maybe you should just contribute. Airhead. Abrasive. Bridezilla. Like there can be annoying grooms.
Right.
Pushy. Loose.
Oh, loose.
High strung. Catty.
Yeah. It's really weird how like whenever you think about it, these are only words that we say about women.
The word I want to ban 120% besides all those, bossy.
Yeah.
I hate that word.
You hate it?
I hate it. So what is the intention of calling a woman bossy? What do you think the intention of that is? What are they trying to say?
I guess they're trying to say that she's telling him what to do all the time.
Yeah, I think it's to belittle a strong woman. But what is the woman probably doing? Most likely, her job. She's confident. She's not afraid to say what she's thinking. No one is listening, so she's trying to get something across.
Right.
Should we change this? Think about what she's trying to do and be rational about it before you consider her bossy. I've been called bossy so many times in my life as a little girl and growing up.
You were?
Yeah, but I'm just strong and I just don't take any crap.
Right.
Crap. But I'm also like, I am a weird personality type because I'm docile and like want other people to be happy and I'm kind to other people, but I also just don't take crap. So like I take crap if like I feel like it's not a big deal, but if it's like degrading or actually like I value it in my head. If it's like actually degrading and actually bad, then I'll say something.
Yeah.
You know, but if it's like other things I let slide.
So you weigh it in your head and you say, is this that big of a deal? And if it's not going to harm yourself, if it's not going to harm others, then you let it go and you're kind.
Yeah.
Or if it is going to harm yourself or it is going to harm other people, then you're like, I'm going to stand up and say something.
Yeah. And some people have called me bossy. And then I had another friend that I'm no longer friends with who I felt like didn't know me at all. And she would always be like, you're always so docile and such like a type B, like you never stick up for yourself. And I'm like, no, I'm just not a jerk.
Right.
I think that's the difference.
I think that as I've gotten older and as I've grown, I think that I'll stand up for myself more. But I'll also only stand up for myself in certain circumstances. So at work, I won't stand up for myself.
That's the place you should do it the most. I feel like.
At home with Des, I'll freaking stand up for myself like no other.
Yeah, in relationships, I'm like.
In relationships, now, I don't know about in the past. I don't know if I can say that for myself in the past, but now I'm like, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to get across. Do you agree with me or do you not? And I try to be like really like stand up for myself and stand my ground. At work, I don't
kind of
think
agree.
I do.
I like apologize too much at work, but like when like in a relationship, I like feel like people could like I feel like sometimes men are intimidated by it.
Yeah, maybe.
But like I don't care.
Right.
I like know who I am. I'm like, all right, bye. Like, all right, if you don't like it, you don't like it. Okay, now here are some other adjectives that we really need to talk about.
Uh-oh.
Slut, whore, and hoe.
We've all used those words before.
Mm-hmm.
Have we not?
Yeah, so so what do we think about that? Like, can you think of an adjective that's negative for a man, like being with women and stuff, like who likes to be sexual? Like a negative adjective for a very sexual man.
You would just put man in front of those words. You would say man whore.
Yeah, but also but that's not their own word.
No, it's not their own word. No, you're just putting man in front of a word that describes a woman.
You don't have to say woman whore.
No, you don't have to say woman whore.
That even sounds weird.
You have to say man whore.
Or they're called a player. Like that's positive.
Oh, they are called
or
players.
Pimp, or like you're like a badass, you know?
Right. Like those have a positive connotation with them.
Yeah. And so like what I would like to say out there for the women out there and for younger women, I'm not encouraging you to like go out there, but I'm saying be safe, be smart, you know, but if
make smart decisions,
make rational decisions, like talk to your partner and like be safe and healthy about sex before you get into it. But women are sexual and it's fine to have sex. It's fine to enjoy sex. It's not slutty. It's a natural, or not slutty, or whatever it is. It's a natural desire to be with your partner. It's a natural desire that I think all people have. And I think some people have it than most, even men. I know men that are less sexual than some women. I think it's the amount of chemicals in your body. And like, it's natural to feel that desire. It's natural to feel pleasure. So why is it so negative in our culture? Why is it bad to like have sexual desires?
Right.
You know, like, why is that bad?
And I've also seen some research out there where, if a woman is asked how many partners she has, she always goes down by 5. And then if a man is asked how many partners he's had, he always goes up by 5. And I don't know if 5 is the right number, but it's like a correlation. Yeah. Where women always lower the number of partners they've had and men always raise them because men want to conquer the world and have sex with everybody. And women need to cover up their vagines and not let anybody in there. So we only need to let 2 people in there. Or, you know?
Yeah. And like, who cares? Like, the number doesn't matter. Like, it's just like, as long as you're safe. This is my opinion. Obviously, this is very different from a lot of people's, but like, as long as you're safe and rational, like, for me personally, like, sex is sex.
I think that, I think safety, health, and what's that word wherever both people say yes?
Consensual.
Thank you. Consensual. Like, those maybe 3 words should be in your brain. And if you check yes to all of them, then go for it, girl.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, yeah. Stop slut shaming. Women are sexual beings as well. So, what are the consequences of continuing these stereotypes?
Well, I think that we can go back to the very beginning of how we learn stuff from parents, media, and our peers. And if all of these continue, it's just going to keep on and on and on, go from generation to generation to generation. And little girls are going to say, oh, I'm bad at math. Oh, I'm a strong woman, so I must be bossy. Oh, I've had sex with 1,000 people. I must be a slut.
But you're none of those things.
You're
just yourself.
Right. And so I think that just by us talking about it, just by us putting it out there a little bit, then maybe we can help these issues to not stop spreading completely, because I think that that's just not realistic in the long run, but at least just put them out there and be like, hey, maybe we should cut back on using these words. The other day I was kind of thinking, like, is this podcast selfish for me too? Because I was telling Desmond my idea and I was like, what if I list all of the top 25 BuzzFeed stereotypes that women are tired of hearing, and then Kenzie and I talk about if it's applicable to us or not. And Desmond was like, well, if you were a listener, would you want to listen to that? And I was like, I don't know, but I want to talk about it.
I think people do. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, well, it's our podcast.
Oh, well, we'll be selfish if we want to.
It's my birthday and I'll cry if I want to. I think it also creates lesser self-esteem. Like, example, now this one's I'm 100% guilty of, calling yourself fat or saying, do I look fat?
Oh my gosh. Can I just tell you, Kenzie had this idea of, because in the first episode we were talking about how we met in college. And so Kenzie was like, oh, I'm going to send you some pictures of us from college, and you put them on Instagram and Twitter and blah, blah, blah. You put them in social media, since that's where we met and since we talked about that in our first episode. And when she sent me the pictures, looked at them and I was like, I was so much prettier back then. And
you're just gorgeous in general.
I couldn't post it. I still haven't posted it, and I don't know. And here I am trying to empower women, and here I am not empowering myself. And I think it's hard. It's hard to not be hard on yourself.
I think maybe this will help women. I know, I personally like hearing about people who are hosting a podcast, but I think in general it might help women because, you're afraid to admit that, but you admitted it, everyone does it.
I totally admit it.
So it's not isolating, and I call myself fat, and I'm not. I'm petite.
Right.
And I'll be like, do I look fat? And I'm not. And that makes probably people who don't look like me feel worse, you know, and I shouldn't say that, one, because I'm not, and it's degrading to myself, but two, it's like degrading to other people.
It's it's not healthy for anybody.
But I don't think about other people like that. I don't like, I'm not like, that person's fat. I don't think like that. I really don't. I don't see it.
I don't think like that. We're so hard on ourselves. I think that's just what it boils down to. Not just me and Kenzie, but the society in whole.
Yeah. I've been really trying to do this lately. When someone compliments my appearance, I would usually like say no, or like feel the need to like be like, no, that's not true. Mm-hmm. But now I'm just like, thank you.
Right. That is what you can do. And I think maybe something else that you can do is notice when you're doing it. So like notice that, oh, in my head, I don't think I'm as pretty as I used to be. Or in your head, oh, I've gained weight. Notice that you're doing it and then just say stop. Life is bigger than if you're pretty or not. Life is bigger than the size of pants you wear. Life is bigger than how much you weigh on a scale. And just be like, stop.
Yes.
Life is so much bigger and so much more beautiful than how you look.
100%. It's fun. Like dressing up, but like
putting on lipstick is fun, but it's not life.
Yeah, no, definitely not. It's not?
It's not life, Kenzie.
What? Okay. Women are people. They're powerful and equal. Nothing more, nothing less.
Perfect. That's beautiful.
I don't know if that's a quote, but I wrote it down, so maybe it came from me. How can we change it? Let's reduce the use. Try to correct yourself. Try to reach out to others doing it and kind of explain to them, like, you know, like just show people love, and it might change their perspective on life. And break down those stereotypes, ladies.
Break them down.
So here's my quote. It's from Queen Bey.
Oh, Beyonce.
Beyonce Knowles Carter. Power's not given to you. You have to take it.
I got chills.
So what I think that means is take action, take action, take action. Dreams become reality by overcoming your roadblocks.
That's beautiful.
So anyway, guys, you're loved, you're powerful, and this podcast is hella long. Anything else, Megs?
No. Do you want to share our positivity?
Our positivity. Yeah. What's your positive thing this week?
So my positive thing this week is that I recently started playing the harmonium, and that's a devotional instrument used in India in Bhakti Yoga. And last Sunday, I got to play for a group of students, and it was so fun. And after class, they were asking me about it, and they were asking me about what it takes to play. And then I'm going to get to play for more students this week. And so it's just kind of this really cool thing where I started off playing harmonium. I really was terrible at it. Not terrible at it, just I needed to learn, right? And then now here I am, like sharing it with other students. And so it makes me really happy to be able to do that.
Cool. My happy thing is actually this podcast this week.
Oh, perfect.
Because honest to God, like just sharing a part of myself, and I don't know if people actually want to hear all this about us, but I think so. Like, don't you love listening to other people and like Georgia Hardstark and all them?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, when they share. Anyway, my positive thing is this podcast. Like, honestly, it has like brought new excitement into me about like journalism. It has like just made me happy every single day. And I think that's great. It's empowering me. It's making me really happy.
I love it.
So thanks, Megs, for doing it with me.
Of course.
I hope it makes you happy too.
It makes me so happy. And even if we're the only two people who it makes happy, then hey,
two more people are happy.
What you gonna do?
All right. Okay. Thanks, guys, for watching. You're loved. You're powerful. You're awesome.
Bye.
Bye.